walk today. Rain's kind of coming down, watering in all my plants. I got a lot of stuff in the garden growing. Most everything I want to have planted right now is planted, with just a few exceptions, but everything is going pretty well here this spring when it comes to growing. So I'm excited about the growing season. I wanted to talk about today, I am not a conspiracy theorist. I definitely believe in some conspiracies, but I am not overwhelmingly a conspiracy theorist. And I see a lot of stuff online today. I remember years ago there was a movie that came out starring Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts, and I think it was called Conspiracy Theory. And I think at that point, looking back on that now, I believe that was a starting point to get the public to believe in overwhelmingly a lot of different conspiracies. Most of them not true. And I have no problem with people who believe that some of these things are true. I'm just telling you, I'm not quick to jump on most of those bandwagons. So, my point being with this is, there are so many things that I think we can get caught up in right now that's going on in the world. I just caution you to be careful, to take it all in and ask yourself, really, what does this matter in my life? What difference does it make in my life? Is it keeping you from doing things that you know you need to be doing, like getting a garden ready, getting some food storage put up? Different things that you know you need to be doing. Working hard in order to provide for your family. There's this phrase out there called Handland's Razor. Have you ever heard of it? Handland's Razor. And Handland's Razor is this idea that, let's sit down here, that never ascribe to malice what could otherwise be explained through incompetence. Never ascribe to malice what could otherwise be blamed on incompetence. Something like that. Okay. My point being, and this whole Handland's Razor got started back in the 1980s, but really people have been quoting this going all the way back to Napoleon and beyond that. It's easy to believe that the world is out to get you. And I just don't, and what really is going on here is just incompetence. So the Bible actually backs this up, right? Let's just go to Deuteronomy for a second. Deuteronomy chapter 11, it talks, and I'm not going to really get spiritual on you or biblical on you here, but just hold on for a second. Hang on. In Deuteronomy 11, it talks about blessings and curses. Blessings if you keep my commandments, and curses if you don't. What are some of those curses? Well, the Bible kind of tells you about some of them. Like, for instance, thou shalt not steal from your neighbor. Because if you don't steal from your neighbor, it shall go well with you in the land. Things tend to go better for you if your neighbor doesn't catch you stealing from him. Because on the day, you go over to your neighbor's place in the middle of the night and you steal something of his, and he shoots you in the back, things aren't going well with you. Does that make sense? So your actions, so a lot of blessings and curses. I really don't think the world's out to get most of us. I don't think a lot of these conspiracies are true. However, I think a lot of times we're just not adhering to some of the basic commands that the Bible teaches, even other religions teach. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, things like that. Basic, simple things. And we have an entire world that's gone off the rails. And we think the world's out to get us. Or there's some kind of giant conspiracy to end mankind as we know it. That may be true. It may not be also. Do I think people like Bill Gates really have it out for humanity? Yes. I think that man really wants to kill most of the world's population. I mean, he's basically said so on his videos. He wants to reduce the world's population. He thinks it's a good thing. It's better for everybody if that happens. Now, how is he going about doing that? That's the conspiracy. That's not the point of this video. My point is that a lot of these other things that are going on, are they really, is there some giant plan to dismantle humanity and to destroy our country and to destroy the world? Probably, but not by the people who you think. Again, we're going back to the Bible. We battle against spirits, not flesh and blood, right? So I don't think we should look at that as pointing the blame to any one person or even a small group of people. I think the reality is it's incompetence. It's the fact that people have gotten so far out of some basic moral compass rules of life that the result is what you see today. Everything is falling apart and a whole bunch of horrible things are happening, not because they're intentionally trying to destroy the world or destroy our country. It's because it's just the end result of people not adhering to a simple moral compass that things like the Bible tell us to live by. I hope that makes sense. My point of the video is that I think some people are getting so wrapped up into so many conspiracies, and instead what we should be doing is worrying about, okay, let's figure out how we make, not ignoring things, not putting our head in the sand. Let's pay attention. But let's also make sure we stay focused on making sure our families are provided for, making sure we're hardworking, and making sure that we are, doing all the things we need to be doing as leaders of families. I'm talking to you men out there, that we need to be doing. Never ascribe to malice what could otherwise be explained by incompetence. There's a lot of stupid people out there, folks. I tell you, stupid should hurt. And right now, nothing hurts. And right now, because nothing hurts, nobody knows not to touch the burner. It's like you learn early on, don't touch the hot burner on the stove. Because usually a good parent, if you keep trying to touch it, a good parent will say, okay, go ahead and touch it. Because that's the only way the parent knows that the child will learn. And while many people are like, oh, it's a horrible idea that your child might touch a hot stove and then you might have to attend to a wound and it's going to be very painful. It's going to be a very painful healing process for that child. What would you rather do? Never let that child understand that the stove will be hot and let him get older and older before he finally touches that hot stove? No. You do it early on. Stupid hurts. And then you learn quickly. You learn a couple things. Number one, don't touch the hot stove. But you also learn, listen to your elders. Because they may have your best interest in mind. Stupid doesn't hurt today. And so we have a whole bunch of people touching hot stoves, dancing on hot stoves. They don't even know that they're on fire at this point. They have no idea that their entire world is burning down around them, and they're celebrating it, and they're thinking this is great. Because stupid doesn't hurt. Never ascribe to malice what could otherwise be explained by incompetence. What do you think? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Please leave your thoughts below. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you next time with the Homestead. Bye. Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.